Let us learn how to multiply by one-digit numbers. We will multiply without carrying, and then we will also multiply with carrying. When we want to multiply without carrying, we'll first have to arrange the numbers vertically, and we'll start multiplying from the rightmost column until we have used up all the numbers going from the right to the left. Let's try a few examples. We have 23 multiplied by 3. One important thing to be able to do before you get into this topic is you should know your multiplication facts, or some will call it your multiplication tables. So we have 23 multiplied by 3. So we're always going to start from the right column over here. So 3 multiplied by 3, we have 9, and then we move over to the next column on the left. 2 multiplied by 3, we have 6. Next question, we have 12 multiplied by 4. So we'll start from the right column. 2 multiplied by 4, we have 8, and then we switch over to the next column. 1 multiplied by 4, that's going to give you 4. Now let's try some 3-digit numbers. We have 4, 3, 2 multiplied by 3. So we start from this column here. 2 multiplied by 3, we have 6. We switch over to the next column on the left. 3 multiplied by 3, we have 9. And then final column, 4 multiplied by 3, we have 12. Next example, we have 4, 1, 2 multiplied by 2. So we start from the right hand side. 2 multiplied by 2, we have 4. Then we go over to the left hand side. 1 multiplied by 2, we have 2. And then we go to the next column on the left. 4 multiplied by 2, we have 8. Now we have 4-digit numbers. 6, 1, 2, 1 multiplied by 4. We start from the right hand side. 1 multiplied by 4, we have 4. Then we move over to the next column on the left. 2 multiplied by 4, we have 8. Then in the next column, 1 multiplied by 4, we have 4. And then final column on the left, 6 multiplied by 4, we have 24. Now the final example that requires no carrying, we have 4022 multiplied by 4. We'll start from the right hand side. 2 multiplied by 4, we have 8. We move over to the next column on the left. 2 multiplied by 4, we have 8. Next column on the left, 0 multiplied by 4, we have 0. And then the last column, which is 4 multiplied by 4, we have 16. Now, when we are going to multiply with carrying, we follow the same steps. The only difference here is that when we multiply, if our result is greater than 10, we will write the number in the ones place and then carry over the number in the tens place. And we do that for every column until we're done. So let's try some examples. So we have 46 multiplied by 7. We start from the right hand side. So we have 6 multiplied by 7. That's going to give us 42. So according to the rules, what we're going to do here is we will be writing down 2, which is the value in the ones place, 2, and then we will carry over the number in the tens place. So now we have 4 multiplied by 7. First we need to identify that we're going over to this column. So we have 4 multiplied by 7. That is going to give us 28. And then we will need to add 4 to that. 28 plus 4, which is... So we have 32. So we write 32. Now 58 multiplied by 9. 58 multiplied by 9. So we start from the right column. 8 multiplied by 9 is 72. So we're going to write down 2 on this side, and then we bring 7 up here. Then we go over to this column here. 5 multiplied by 9, we have 45, and then we have to add the 7 that we carried over there. So that's going to give us 2. So that is going to give us 522. Now let's try with 3-digit numbers. We have 5, 2, 4 multiplied by 5. So we start from the right column. 4 multiplied by 5, we have 20. So we have to write down the 0. We write down the 0 here, and we bring the 2 up here. Then we go over to the next column. 2 multiplied by 5, we have 10. And then now we add the 2 that we carried over, so that is 12. So in this case, we also have 2-digit number. So we're going to write down the 2 on this side, and then we carry the 1 over here. Now we go over to this column. 5 multiplied by 5, we have 25. Now we have to add 1 to that. That is going to give us 26. 26. So that's the answer to that. The next question is 156 multiplied by 9. So we'll start 156 multiplied by 9. So we start from the right hand side. 6 multiplied by 9, we have 54. So we're going to write down the 4, and we carry over the 5. So we write down 4, carry over 5. Next we go over to the next column on the left. 5 multiplied by 9, that is going to give us 45. Now we add the 5 to it. So we have 2-digit number. So we write down the 0. and then you carry over the 5. Now we go over to that column. 1 multiplied by 9, that is 9. You add the 5, you have 14. And so that is the answer to this problem. And then finally, we will look at 4-digit examples. We have one. Actually, I want to bring it down a bit. Since we have 4 digits, we may be carrying over quite a bit. So we have 1, 3, 6, 8 multiplied by 4. Okay, we will start from the right hand side. 8 multiplied by 4, we have 32. So we're going to write the 2 down and carry over the 3. 2, carry over the 3. Now we go over to that column, the next column on the left. 6 multiplied by 4, we have 24, and then we have to add 3 to that because that's the number we carried over. So now we have 27, so we're going to write down the 7 and carry the 2. Next we go to the left side. 3 times 4, we have 12, and now we add the 2 that we carried over. That gives us 4, and then we have 1 here. So we still have another 2-digit number, so we write down the 4, and we carry over the 1. We carry over the 1. So we go over to that column, the next column on the left. 1 multiplied by 4, we have 4, and then now we add 1 to that. That's going to give us 5. And then our final example, 8, 1, 2, 5 multiplied by 3. So we will start from the right hand side. 5 multiplied by 3, we have 15. So we're going to write the number in the ones place, which is 5, and then we carry over the 1. Now we go over to the left hand side. 2 multiplied by 3, that should give you 6, plus 1, that will give you 7, which is right here. Then this is less than 10, so we don't need to carry anything over. Now we go over to the next column on the left. 1 multiplied by 3, we have 3, nothing to carry over. And then we move over to the final column, which is the column on the left. 8 multiplied by 3, we have 24.